Alright guys, so this is a story about how I almost fell off a wall and broke a bone, but I didn't though. So I don't know how many of you guys are church people, but if you are, then you know about this thing called a Sunday school picnic. Basically, it's when your church chooses a big park to go to one day in the summer to eat a lot of food, talk about nothing, and have a good time. Well, one year, my church was on its picnic, and me and my brothers and a couple of friends decided to go exploring around the park. While exploring, we found this really big thing. I don't really know what it's called, but basically we were on a hill and there was a valley next to it and then another hill that was the same height, and this thing was in the middle. It was really tall, maybe like 30 feet high. It had this thin walking strip that went all the way across it, and underneath it were two really steep walls that went all the way to the ground. Now, it wasn't a bridge because I'm pretty sure you're not actually supposed to walk on it. Maybe it was like a dam or something. Anyway, as soon as we saw this really big thing, we instantly decided, hey, let's go climb on it. At that point, we rushed over to the thing. We'll just call it a wall because that's pretty much what it was, and started climbing on it. Now, near the two ends of the wall, there are like these two posts. Kind of reminds you of a medieval castle. So we're walking on the strip of this wall, and my brothers and friends decide that they're going to go to the other side and climb up that post looking thing. Now, keep in mind, all these people that I'm with are cool people. They climb stuff for a living and have no fear, no matter how insanely dangerous and stupid whatever they're doing is. I, on the other hand, actually have a brain, and if something looks dangerous or illogical, I ain't doing it. So anyways, after everyone else proceeded to successfully make it to the top, I was feeling kind of left out, like, I want to climb the wall too. So finally, I overcame my fear and better judgment and tried to climb up to the top of this post thing. So I put my hands up and start hoisting myself to the top, and maybe about halfway I need to stop. See, in order for me to get to the top, I would need to readjust my arms, and doing so may have made me fall, so in essence, I was stuck. Now if you're thinking, hey Glitch, if you can't go up, why don't you just go back down? Well, the answer to that question is that the thing we were originally standing on wasn't that wide, and because of my position, I couldn't look down to see where my feet were. So if I just let go and tried to go back down, I probably would have slipped straight off the wall. And if that happened, well, I will remember you when you're gone. So yeah, going back down, not an option. Going up, also not an option. So what was there left to do? Cry. No joke. I'm a freaking teenager hanging off a wall like a pendulum, just crying because I think I might die. So thankfully, my brother and one of my friends sees that I'm in utter peril and comes over to assist me. They literally grab my arms and have to pull me up to the top. Now, you know how on all the movies when someone's really scared of flying and they finally get to the ground, they just like kiss it? That was pretty much me by the time I got to the top, because I was so happy to no longer be hanging over my death. So not too long after that, we were done with the wall thing and start going back to the picnic, and as we're walking back, a friggin' cop stops us in our tracks and says,
"Gentlemen, you should not have been climbing that wall. Do not do that anymore. A lot of others have done it in the past and have broken arms and legs because of it."
Gee, Mr. Cop, you don't think that you might have been able to give us that helpful information before I tried scaling the wall and nearly fall to my death? He obviously saw us up there. What was he, just like somewhere off in the distance with a Slurpee, like...
Hey look, some more dumb kids climbing that wall. I wonder who will fall first.
But in the end, he was still an officer of the law, so we were respectful and said yes sir and went back to our picnic. And that's the story of how I almost fell off a wall and broke a bone, but I didn't though. You know, looking back at this story, I kind of asked myself, was I doing something stupid by climbing that wall, or courageous? I mean, technically, even though if I'd have fallen, it would have definitely meant death. If I'd have succeeded in climbing the wall, I'd have had, like, self-confidence or something. I guess we'll never know. One thing we know for sure, though, whatever I was doing that cop was sure enjoying it. I guarantee you, he was somewhere off in the distance, recording with his phone because he wanted a viral video. Local black kid falls off a wall and dies. It would hit the news immediately. That's what happens when you deal with incompetent cops, kids. And speaking of extremely annoying cops, there's this kid, his name is 8-Bit. He actually makes an insanely good annoying cop. I'm leaving his channel in the description below so that you can go check him out whenever. Thanks, 8-Bit. Like, really, thanks. Alrighty then, I'm gonna freaking go to bed because it's 2:30 in the morning, and working on this animation has all but destroyed my soul. So, I will see you in the next video.